Welcome back, guys. So we've managed to get the installation of the um, Stripe Firefly Semantics package installed successfully. So now that that's done, we go back to our payment component and we can now import Stripe service Angular Stripe service from Firefly Semantics Angular Stripe. And if you look at the documentation here, you see that is essentially been um, what's done. If we go to this link here, gives us more details. So right here you can see it's being imported here, and we essentially just basically copy what we've got in this code here to our app, and then we'll need to make some further changes to get this to work. And before you do that as well, you need to remember that you need to go on the Stripe page. If you go on Stripe and get your publishable key secrets, which you would need here. So it's simple. Just log on to Stripe. Stripe, if you do have an account, then you should obviously know how to get this. But if you do not have a Stripe account, then you will need to go on to stripe.com. I think I could quickly show us a few things on that. Let's open up the Stripe. So if you go to stripe.com, okay, and right, go to dashboard. Okay, and on dashboard you can see developers. So if you click on API keys, then that would bring up here, somewhere up here, your API key. But obviously I'm not going to do that because I don't really want to reveal my API keys. But if you need to click on API keys, and that would show you what your API key would be. And obviously you need to be viewing the test data as well. You can change that to maybe if you want to go live, that's live mode, but we are working on test mode at this time. So right, so you need your Stripe publishable key secret in this place. Now as I said, just if you just copy what we've got in this code and we'll paste that onto our own code. Okay, so let's get everything saved from here downwards. Let's get all of this. So we've copied as much as that from the view child. Then we'll go to our project and we'll paste that here. Okay, now okay, it has a problem with this on init, so it's complaining about on init. So obviously on init is not here, which means we are not currently using on init. So if we to get rid of that error, we really do not need to implement on init, so we can just get rid of that for now, and that should solve the problem. So right, so but before we go on, because we are essentially going to be working with dummy data in this case, because we haven't built a form to collect data that we can use dynamically, so we can easily use dummy data in this case. So let's declare a set of dummy data that we could work with in this place. So ID that. Okay. Now, as you can see, the view child and that card info there. If you look at the payment HTML, you can see basically, okay, that's just hold on, double check that. Where's okay, okay, right, okay, doesn't really matter. So essentially, this is what it is, and we now have our description, currency, price, email, name, and ID. And very important as well, we need to initialize what we need, the models we need in our constructor. We will be needing a router module, so let's include that here. Okay, and what else do we need? Okay, so for now, this is what we need, but because we will be sending out as you know, a HTTP request to our server, we would also have to create a service, an Angular service, basically to interact with our server and the components, because it's a best practice to not actually send your HTTP requests directly from your components. It's good to separate the concerns so you have a service that does all of that for you in your application. So we will be creating that, and also we also need to our Stripe key as well. Yeah. So see, basically get that here. So our Stripe, yeah, public key will replace that with this. Now, I can show you here, obviously, because I do not want to expose my Stripe key directly in my application. I can put that in here, which I have actually done in my environment.ts, but this is environment.production.ts. So I have my Stripe key in here, not in here. So that is why I can show you this one. And in my payment component here, I will be importing environment from this, which is this, not that. Okay. So the next thing we would need to do here, we can kill the server for now, because I would want us to create the service. So ng generate service, and let's call this app. Let's call this app service. That should do. Okay, so that's created there. Okay, and then if we go into our app service, before then, let's see, first of all, let's even see what our application currently looks like. Oh, not that, that's an error. Okay, So we'll continue in the next lecture to see what our application looks like, and then we can write more functions in our app service and also modify um, some things in here in order to suit our application. Okay, so see you in the next lecture.